Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Mesa Sean, and welcome back to some more KillZone Shadow. As always, trying to give you my subjective, but trying to be objective opinion, and I apologize for that first community feedback video regarding Intercept going 17 minutes. You know, after I rendered it, I went back and looked at it after I uploaded it, and I was like, you didn't get to the points until probably after 10 minutes, and just rambled too much. So I apologize, guys. So I'll try to get right into it and just get right to the point as quickly as I can with as little ramble as Sean can possibly do, but I can't guarantee it. Gameplay in the background, just pretty good game I had, like 35 and 10 or something like that, playing solo on 24-player Domination, which I've actually been liking quite a lot lately. It's give or take. When it first dropped, I didn't really have too many good games, but lately it seems like it's been filling up, and it's been pretty fun. And in that Intercept community feedback video, of course I forgot one of the major things, and in 17 minutes I couldn't remember. Stupid me, I'm an idiot. But we would all like the ability to, as you're going in between games, so you finish a game at Intercept and you're waiting and waiting, and you see your stats and everything, and you could see some challenges, you know, progressed and everything, and then you go into the next game. We would all love the ability to go in and deep dive into our challenges in terms of, you know, where we are numbers wise and get that 2-piece. Do I get the 2-piece? Yes, I get it. And you know how, because right now you basically, let's say, like for me, I'm doing the Ripper kills, which I need 200, and it's painstaking to say the least. But if I want to track that how I did after game, I literally have to back out of the lobby, go back into the main menu. So if there's any way they could put a ability to go in and track those challenges, and you can, you know, deep dive and see where you are before you go into the next lobby, because this way you could really figure out where you are and don't have to quit the game out, you know, to go check them. But just some quick shout outs. Thank you for the folks on the Facebook KillZone forum. Once again, plug for them, and link in the description. It's a great forum. You guys should come over and join. But some people on the forum who, you know, definitely contributed to my thread asking for feedback, like RoboNoob, Swerve, Larry Mull, TT Price, Saw Destroyer, and Scotia Sniper, just to name a few. Okay, so just a quick thing. The invisible wall resistant to explosive damage from frag grenades or even noob tubes or anything like that is still not fixed. If you guys can take a look at that quick and patch that. It still exists. I've seen it. I've had a few people comment on it as well. With regards to explosives, it's kind of something that came up a lot, and I think a lot of people want it looked at. I'm not talking about the noob tube. I mean, the noob tube is, you know, is a player thing. That's a player problem. You can't change the way people play, and I think Guerrilla Games did the right thing in terms of just reducing them to 2. I mean, some people even wanted it down to 1, but I think that's really overkill, guys. I think 2 is fine. It's not. I mean, it's not their problem that people choose to use it as a primary. You know, if you've been watching my stream lately, you'll know that I hate with a passion cloak killers. Hate it. And I never cloak kill because my cloak's at Mark 1 and I never use it. But I detest them like a sickness. But that's not GG's problem. That's, you know, that's a legitimate tactic and ability in the games. So as much as I hate it, you know, can't complain it. You know, people want to sit around in corners and rush you and knife you. That's fine. You know, nothing they can do about it. But with regards, I get killed by so many random frags, and some of the other feedback from some other people were the explosives with the frag grenades need to be tamed down a little bit. Because if you notice, maybe you could check in your metrics, I don't really think anyone uses limpet grenades. I almost never get killed by them, but I'm always killed by these random frag grenades. So is there any way you guys could take a look at or at least the community, you know, they chimed in on this one from the posts and the forum, that the frag grenades might need some looking into, because it just seems like, or at least it seems from my end as well, I get killed by so many random frag grenades, it's unreal, and I do get so many kills by throwing random frags in an area. So I'm wondering if maybe the blast radius or something could be toned down a little bit, because it really gives the limpet grenade no use. I mean, I've never used the limpet grenade at all, except just to, you know, to get the challenge unlocked, but that was it. There's some challenges that I believe cannot be completed because of something in the game. One of them being the Insurgent, I believe it's the LS-12 SMG challenge, because you simply cannot pick one up off the ground. I know one of my clanmates had mentioned that, because he's going for all of them. I think the MVP trophy or something like that, I think. And one of the challenges, I believe, for Insurgent is kill a certain number of kills with the LS-12, and right now you can't pick one up and you cannot choose it as a primary weapon when you're playing Insurgent. I hope I got that right. I apologize. I don't know any of the challenges, guys. I don't follow them. I don't track them. That's just the way I am. I could care less about the number that's next to my name. I just want my unlocks, and that's it. You know, that's why with say Intercept, I'm just unlocking the things I want. For Marksman, I'm not touching Marksman because I pick up my Kaiser with red dot. No need to work to get the Rumbler as my gun for for Marksman. The same thing with Assault. With Intercept, once I picked up my Rumbler with tube, I'm fine. But Tactician and Medic, boy, am I grinding at those. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about is the war zones. And actually, I had a lot to talk about, but recently it just seems like it's been cleaned up, in my opinion, okay? We know that when they introduced the no parties allowed classic Warzone, that extended got pulled out, and I saw the tweet that they reinstated. The way it looks right now, I think it looks perfect in terms of the official ones, 4 of them at least that we have right on the main page that allows new people as well as veterans to get to where they want to go. Now, with regards to removing the actual numbers in front of each war zone and putting the little PS4 controllers, I know people gave them shit about that at first. I like that a lot, and here's why. There's so many times I would say, alright, there's 100 people in whatever war zone. And I'd be like, well, there's 200 in extended, but I hate extended. And no offense, that's just me. I don't have the attention span to play 8 rounds. But I would avoid that war zone because it has less players. But there's been many times where I've joined that war zone, even though it had only, let's say, 60 players in it, and had a full, wonderful game. So I think it is a good idea that they went to the controller thing, because to me, it's going to steer people less away from not joining war zones. That's a stupid mouthful. But you know what I mean, guys. Instead of seeing the actual number and immediately turning you off to saying, well, I'm not going to join that war zone, I think it's a good idea that they have it like that. I do think changing around the war zones does cause confusion, and it probably definitely causes confusion for newer players. So I think I'm not sure how they're rotating them now. I think it's probably every couple of weeks. It's not every 2 weeks, I think, like it was. I don't know. I don't really pay attention that much to it. I just go to my, my favorites. And at first, I did kind of laugh at the No Parties Classic Warzone, but I've been having a lot of good games in there, actually, lately. But I do still think it is a little flawed, because I have seen where I joined a game and I saw 2 of my clan buddies from J4A on the other team. And so it is obvious you still can join a fellow clanmate's game in No Parties Classic Warzone. However, it doesn't always put you on their team. There were times where I went to join a friend just to see what would happen, and it put me on the opposite team. And then there were times where I joined just to see what happened, and it put me on the same team. So just another thing, to look into. I'm not sure how it's working right now, but I've been having a lot of fun in it, actually. Seeing a lot of new players, a lot of people learning the game, and I think attracted to it because obviously, they know they're not going to get stomped on. I think, that this game, specifically Shadowfall, has a reputation out there and turns people away that, you come to KillZone Shadowfall, and because of the lower player count, you're probably going to get beat up by a clan. So, kudos to you guys on that one. So, a quick point regarding matchmaking. Now, this doesn't really pertain to me because I'm in the US, I'm in New York City, so I'm on East Coast servers. So, I usually don't have the problem of, say, getting put into a lobby when there's one person and ends up being a 2 versus 1, lobby for that should be a 9v9 thing or 12v12 or something like that. But RoboNoob on the forum, he's got a lot of issues, or put a pretty detailed post, which I'm not going to read the whole thing off, but basically has a lot of problems with where he is in terms of his country and joining with with others in their country. I'll give you an example because I know everyone knows Cody Cowley. He's got like 1 million days played, but Cody, I think, joins a lot of my games because he's in Australia and he knows that if he joins, alright, so he's in this game. I just saw him on the lobby leaderboard. He's got his new username with his a zillion kill death ratio. But he he joins my games a lot, I think, because he wants to be on those US servers for some reason, I guess. So I'm gonna take a screenshot of this and I'm gonna post it in a link below. But it's basically Robo talks about how I'll read this real quick. I signed up for matchmaking. I matched on a game of 15 players in Japan. During the course of the game, another Australian joins the game. Game ends. I load into a new map. It's me versus one Australian. I don't want to play 1v1, so I leave the game. I sign back up, and I put into the same 1v1. Other Australian is left a match of just me. So there's definitely probably some issues with people in other countries, so I can't comment on that. I can only just comment from what I experienced. But I'm going to take a screenshot of his post, and I'll put it in the description, okay? So there was also a ton of comments from some KillZone veterans regarding they really wish they had operations back. Now, if you're familiar with me or this channel, I don't know anything about that. Actually, I felt like an idiot having to ask, could you guys explain to me what operations are? But remember, I'm a COD convert. I was converted from the dark side to the light side, but there was an enormous amount of people asking for operations or having some sort of operations mode. I think they were saying they'd rather have that than you know, than Intercept. All right, the last thing to talk about is clans. So first off, this actually comes from Larry Mull on the forum, where he would like to see a lot of honesty and transparency from Guerrilla Games. And I'm actually going to side with Guerrilla Games on this. You know, comparing Guerrilla Games and the way they handle us, the forums, the community and everything with regards to news or updates and things like that, you know, in my personal opinion, you know, with following a lot of other companies, I think they are pretty honest and pretty transparent. I mean, let's be frank, everyone was asking about the clans on their Intercept Q&A, and they simply didn't answer it. Why? Because the Q&A was about Intercept. It was not about clans, okay? Even though everyone's foaming at the mouth for some sort of clan, you know, system, you know, they chose not to answer it. You know, can't say I blame them, honestly. I did see a direct message, I think it was Muffin Man posted on the KillZone forum, where they basically said they have something really big, something bigger than that planned, with a smiley face. So I get a feeling, you know, that we're in for something really good. You know, there's a bunch of questions everyone has regarding the clan system. I'm just going to read a few off from Saw Destroyer. You know, when is clan support arriving? You know, how are we going to set up tournaments? Will there be Valores involved? Sorry, I'm such a noob. You know, will we be able to search for clan matches? You know, I'm not going to go through all these because they obviously have something, you know, all planned. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say they were dishonest early on when the first roadmap came out and it said, you know, clan support was supposed to be early on, but you know, things change, and you know, you got to see it from a company business perspective, that roadmaps for, you know, for quarterly earnings and stuff like that have to be changed, you know. So it probably made sense from their quarterly earnings in their business to roll out Intercept, and you know, before the clan thing, because you know, we don't really know, or at least I certainly don't know, what is the clan system going to do. Is it going to make all the clan people leave then public matches? Is it going to be its whole separate war zone? Is it just going to be a separate leaderboard? You know, what's it going to do to the community? Is it going to fracture, you know, the pubs? You know, you pull all the clan people out. I mean, with low player count, we may just lose a ton of people. And I bring up the quarterly earnings things again because I've been in the medical device sales field for, God, like 12 years now. And, you know, companies will roll out a roadmap, and then at each quarter, based on how their earnings are and how they're doing financially, they have to make changes. And if you think about it from a business perspective, they probably rolled out Intercept before the clan thing, because if you think about it, you know, Intercept might bring more season pass purchasers and people who buy Intercept, whereas a clan system's not going to bring in any money. So then you're saying, well, that's kind of a slap in the face to people who bought the game already. Well, not really, guys. Listen, they can't please everybody, but they got to make business decisions on top of decisions where they're supporting their community. So, you know, just bear in mind, I think it also goes back to my hypothesis that the new IP is not going to be a KillZone. Look at this guy lagging. Finally died. That there's not going to be another KillZone, which means we're going to have this game around a long time. So maybe from a business perspective, they said because of earnings, we'll roll out Intercept. That'll help, and then we can roll out this big clan system because it'll be late in the life cycle of this game, and with new titles coming out, you know, for 2014, like Destiny, Advanced Warfare, you know, some other Battlefield titles, we're probably going to have this game a long time, and I want to have this game around a long time. Okay, so looks like I was successful in clocking in under the 17-minute mark. It's actually only under 14. But guys, if you like this video, please drop me that like. I stream daily, and I stream at weird times. I'm on and off, so please follow me. It's at Twitch, and it's simply Mesa Sean. And also follow me on Twitter. That's also Mesa Sean. And leave me any comments if there's anything I forgot, because I'm sure I did, because I'm not the sharpest pencil in the box. But thanks for watching. Have a great day.